Once upon a time in a world before Amazon could deliver your cat food and yoga mat in the same box before lunch, Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Scott, then Mackenzie Bezos, were just two ambitious professionals working at a hedge fund. The year was 1993. Online shopping wasn't a thing, and Jeff was still rocking a full head of hair. Fast forward a few decades and boom, Amazon is now a global retail empire. Bezos is one of the richest humans to walk the planet, and their love story has turned into a billionaire-sized plot twist worthy of its own soap opera. A humble beginning, in a garage. When Jeff and Mackenzie tied the knot, it wasn't a flashy affair backed by billions. There was no prenup, no private jets, no super yachts, just two bright minds with big dreams. Shortly after meeting at investment firm D.E. Shaw, the couple packed up and moved to Seattle so Jeff could chase a wild idea, an online bookstore. Yes, that's right, Amazon, the platform where you can buy anything from socks to samurai swords, started with books, and it started in a garage. But Mackenzie was not just along for the ride. She was not cheering from the sidelines, she was in the trenches. She helped write Amazon's original business plan, became one of the first employees, and supported the business in every way. While she would later find her own voice as an accomplished novelist, during Amazon's early years, she was more of startup warrior than literary icon. Love, business, and billion-dollar dreams. As Amazon grew first steadily, then like a caffeinated rocket ship, so did their family. Jeff and Mackenzie raised 4 children together, managed the chaos of one of the most complex businesses on the planet, and somehow kept their personal lives remarkably private. That is, until it all fell apart in front of the world. After 25 years of marriage, Jeff and Mackenzie announced their divorce in 2019. And let's just say, it wasn't your average split. No prenup, no problem. Well, maybe just a few billion. Here's where the story shifts from Silicon Valley romance to headline-grabbing megadrama. You see, despite building an empire together, the couple never signed a prenuptial agreement. That little omission made a big splash when their divorce settlement was finalized. Mackenzie walked away with 4% of Amazon stock. That's not a typo. 4% of Amazon. In 2025, Forbes valued her net worth at a jaw-dropping $165.3 billion, putting her among the richest women in the world, wealthier than some countries, and probably even a few Marvel villains. Yet the announcement of the split came with a surprisingly zen tweet. They spoke of a loving exploration and promised to remain friends. Cue the peaceful violin music until the tabloids showed up. Enter the helicopter pilot. Just 2 days before their divorce announcement, the National Enquirer revealed that Jeff had been in a relationship with former news anchor and licensed helicopter pilot Lauren Sánchez. The story wasn't just a scoop, it was a tabloid explosion. The magazine claimed it had trailed Bezos across 5 states, 40,000 miles, and even got hold of his poetic text messages. In one message, Jeff allegedly told Lauren, "I love you alive, girl. I will show you with my body and my lips and my eyes very soon. Shakespeare, take notes." These texts reportedly came from none other than Lauren's own brother, Michael Sánchez, who allegedly leaked them to the media. While he's never outright confessed, multiple sources point to him as the Enquirer's inside man. If true, that's a family dinner no one wants to attend. Jeff's lawyer was quick to insist there was no cheating involved, clarifying that Jeff and Mackenzie had already separated when things began with Lauren, but the gossip mills didn't care. Sánchez was also married at the time to high-powered Hollywood agent Patrick Whitesell, and wouldn't you know it, her divorce was finalized in 2019 as well. Oh, the drama. Helicopters, distractions, and Amazon employees whispering. Around this time, Bezos, usually the man who treated his calendar like sacred scrolls, became harder to pin down. Brad Stone, author of Amazon Unbound, revealed that Jeff had suddenly become obsessed with helicopters, despite previously hating them. Guess what? Lauren Sánchez owns an aviation company and is a licensed pilot. Coincidence? Absolutely not. Amazon employees, who had viewed Bezos as nearly infallible, were reportedly shocked. The man who'd built the world's largest online empire was suddenly embroiled in gossip, paparazzi, and high-altitude rendezvous. Human after all. A new chapter. Fast forward to 2025, and Jeff and Lauren have officially tied the knot. But in true billionaire fashion, it was not a quiet courthouse affair or a backyard celebration with Costco cake. Their wedding is rumored to cost somewhere between $46.5 million and $55.6 million. That's more than most people will earn in several lifetimes, yet probably still less than Jeff spends on yacht fuel. The festivities took over Venice, Italy, specifically the island of San Giorgio Maggiore, with Bezos' $500 million super yacht Kourou taking center stage. Who's who of the ultra-wealthy? The guest list at Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding was a dazzling display of fame, wealth, and influence. A true who's who of the ultralight. Among the high-profile attendees were Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner, alongside media royalty Oprah Winfrey. Reality queen Kim Kardashian made an appearance, as did tech titan Bill Gates. Power couple Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble joined the festivities, as did supermodel Karlie Kloss and her husband Josh Kushner. From the business world, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy showed up, while the sports world was represented by NFL legend Tony Gonzalez. Fashion heavyweights Barry Diller and Deanne von Furstenberg added a touch of culture class. Sci-fi author Hal Howie brought some literary flair, and Hollywood insider Michael Kives rounded out the A-list lineup. In short, if your invite got lost in the mail, chances are you're just not rich or famous enough. The infamous invitation debacle. Now, for a brief intermission from Yacht Envy, let's talk about the invitation, because this might be the one part of the Bezos-Sanchez wedding that didn't scream luxury. Guests received an invite that, well, looked like it was made during a fifth-grade computer lab session. A splash of butterflies, birds, feathers, and shooting stars in pastel pinks and baby blues, all collaged onto a basic white background. One social media user dubbed it Microsoft Paint meets Pinterest fail. Another simply called it atrocious. Look, we're not here to design shame, but when your wedding budget rivals a Marvel movie, expectations are high. But wait, there's a philanthropic twist. Despite the laughs sparked by the wedding invitation's arts and crafts aesthetic, the message inside struck a far more meaningful note. Rather than requesting extravagant gifts, Jeff and Lauren chose to honor their guests with donations made on their behalf. Contributions were directed to UNESCO Venice office, aiming to protect the city's iconic cultural heritage, and to Corilla, a dedicated organization focused on restoring the fragile lagoon habitats that safeguard Venice's future. It was a classy, thoughtful gesture. Proof that amid the glitz, glamour, and super yachts, the couple made space for a bit of heart. Even billionaires, it seems, can have a philanthropic side. Protesters, mannequins, and billionaire backlash. Now, not everyone in Venice was toasting champagne. The over-the-top celebration sparked serious backlash from locals and activists, many of whom saw the wedding as a symbol of billionaire excess. Protesters dumped a mannequin of Bezos holding an Amazon box into the Grand Canal, a poetic, if slightly eerie gesture. Demonstrations were staged in St. Mark's Square, and activists even threatened to storm the venue on the big day. The backlash prompted organizers to switch venues last minute, opting for a more secluded, more secure location. Even in the world of billionaires, it seems there are limits to what money can buy, like public goodwill. Love in the time of billionaires. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez romance is a modern-day saga of ambition, reinvention, scandal, and spectacle. It's part tech fairy tale, part tabloid saga, with a little bit of helicopter flight school thrown in for fun. From humble beginnings in a Seattle garage to a wedding that looks like it was storyboarded by Ridley Scott, it's a journey that only the 1% of the 1% could take. And whether you're laughing at the wedding invite, cringing at those love texts, or still wondering how Bezos got so jacked post-divorce, seriously, what protein shake is that? There's no denying this story has it all. One thing's for sure, If Bezos ever writes a memoir, we hope it comes with pictures, footnotes, and a Spotify playlist, because this love story, it's one for the algorithm. If this billionaire love saga kept you hooked, smash that like button. It's free, unlike that $55 million wedding. Got opinions on Jeff's poetic texts or the pastel invite? We're all ears in the comments. Subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories from the worlds of tech, fame, and fortune. Thanks for watching. And remember, even billionaires can't escape Microsoft Paint. See you next time.